When Star Wars Visions was announced, I wasn't 100% thrilled nor on board with it. Anime is anime, and Star Wars is Star Wars. I felt like it should be left that way. But we all know I don't like the idea of cross-genre anything at all. I mean, why can't things be left to their own niche? I felt the same when Star Wars entered animation in general. I don't want to see the MCU mixed with Star Wars. I'm sorry, Darth Vader beats Thanos every time. Stop posting the question on Facebook groups. But I also don't want to see those stories combined. But, and there's a big but in this room, I can admit when I'm wrong, and such is the case for the Star Wars Visions trailer. So, here they are, my thoughts on Star Wars Visions, today on Star Wars FANATIC. If you enjoy Star Wars and people who talk about Star Wars in a positive way, then hit the subscribe button with all the force your finger or mouse will allow, and turn on notifications to stay up to date on all my Star Wars related discussions, theories, and thoughts. And don't forget to thumb wrestle with the like button to show your love. Now, let's get on with today's topic. Star Wars is a very sacred thing to me. Does that make me crazy? Probably, but who cares, right? I mean, aren't we all just a horde of Star Wars fanatics with our own likes and dislikes of the franchise? For instance, I don't like the animated series Droids nor Ewoks. I didn't like Caravan of Courage neither. Why? I don't know. They just felt cheap to me, and when they were released, it was right after the release of Return of the Jedi, a blockbuster. Sure, the technology for animation was different back then, but even Looney Tunes had better animation years prior to Droids and Ewoks being released. It just felt like Star Wars animation had not taken what was built very seriously. I'm sorry, I know I said I'm a positive Star Wars fan, and I really am. I do believe those shows and straight to VHS releases were meant for kids, and they did their jobs. However, I was in my teenage years and wanted more live-action, big production Star Wars content. Then, after the prequels were released, another Star Wars animation came out, The Clone Wars. I thought, here we go again. So, it took me a couple seasons to actually watch it. I'm not talking about Clone Wars, but rather The Clone Wars. But I was astonished. I loved it and couldn't get enough. It was adult enough and had a better production value than the previously mentioned abominations. Then came Rebels, and I saw Space Aladdin in the trailer. I thought, no thanks. Yes, I judged a book by its cover once again, but it looked childish. After the first season was complete, I got bored one day and had nothing else to do, so I watched it. It was good. Not perfect, but good. I thought Ezra needed a haircut, though. But by season 2, it became my favorite Star Wars series. By the last season, I was weeping. I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, I liked it. A lot. I wasn't a fan of Resistance, though. I did watch it all, but it wasn't memorable. And that's all I have to say about that. Then, in November 2020, we were told of Star Wars Visions. I thought, okay, I've liked the last 2 out of 3 animations. But wait, this is anime. I'm not an anime fan. And for the last 8 months, I've been wrestling with this. How could they combine Star Wars with anime? Why would they? Other than to create a bigger audience. It isn't so much the art style that I don't like, but rather the exaggerated emotions. Gaping mouths. What? Whoa! Ha 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 ha! Hey! Just some of the things that get under my skin about anime. But then, the trailer was released. I have always liked the animation style of good anime. Even if I don't like the series, I can look at the stills and appreciate the art form. And Star Wars Visions is no different. The art is amazing, but there is a caveat to my excitement of the animation, and I will get to that at the end. Yes, it's the one piece I'm not agreeing with at the moment, but I can't help but think, what's the acting going to be like? Are we going to have exaggerated emotions? What about the stories? Assuming there really will be 9 separate stories. Maybe I'm just picky, and I'm sure I do sound a little crazy, but after watching the trailer repeatedly, I have to say I'm cautiously optimistic. I have tried to get into anime before, and aside from early anime such as Akira, I couldn't really get into it. Now, I think this may put me over that hump. I mean, it's Star Wars. But, just like most of you, I don't consume everything Star Wars with a smile. Sometimes I just watch it and say, okay, thanks for releasing that. I even find myself ignoring the fact that it's a cross-genre series. Yes, to me Star Wars and anime mixed are cross-genre. But I am willing to give it a shot. I will watch all of them and absorb the stories. It's always good to have more Star Wars stories, right? So, even as I talk about it right now, I become more and more hyped about it. There's just that one piece that is bothering me though. Remember a minute ago when I said I would get back to the caveat? Well, it's this thing. This weird cat, fox, person thing. Not that the creature bothers me, but look at the expression on its face. It's exaggerated. It's making my eye twitch a little. Look at it again. Now again. I'm being too picky, aren't I? I'm sorry. I know I should reserve judgment for the release and the story, but it seems like Jar Jar 2.0. With this caveat, I will say that it is the only piece of the trailer that I don't 100% like, and I've poured over the still images of the trailer. Weird cat person thing, you better be good. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, enough negativity, I'll move on. It seems there are some familiar faces. One in particular I am really excited for. Can you guess who it is? I'll give you a second to put it in the comments below. You guessed it, that weird Rhodian girl next to Jabba the Hutt. I'm teasing. It's Boba Fett. I can never ignore new Boba Fett content. I would feel like I betrayed the Mandalorian code if I did. And the animation with Boba Fett and the Slave One is just stunning. So now, I'm going crazy waiting for September 22nd, in case you didn't know the release date. Which, by the way, is also my wedding anniversary. So, if you're listening then, I'm more excited about the anniversary. Is she gone? Okay, I'm really excited for the release of Star Wars Visions as well. It doesn't look like the cheap anime that I see on television. Yes, that's what I call Dragon Balls or whatever the name of it is. Star Wars Visions looks visually stunning, and I'm intrigued over the story of the red kyber crystal. The lady with 6 arms, not so much. General Grievous's 4 arms, not 4 arms, but 1, 2, 3, 4 arms was enough. We don't need to outdo him with more arms, but I will see what happens with it. The last thing in the trailer I want to discuss is this, the red saber. Look at the shape, design. It looks like the same style blade as the dark saber, mixed with Kylo Ren's crossguard. I'm really digging it. Hopefully it ties into a Mandalorian of some kind, whether ancient or future. It probably won't, but a Star Wars fanatic can dream, right? But what do you think? Are you excited for Star Wars Visions? What do you think about the art style? And what is it that you're most excited for? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Well, that's all I have for now, but I will be making more videos about Star Wars Visions once we get more trailers or the release of it. Thank you for watching, and remember, this is the way, the only way.